Hey guys, it's that time again to tell your ma to keep it down. The boys are on. And please remember to subscribe or you're going to make Toaster cry.
Ooh, sticky,
Sticky, blicky, blicky.
I'm ready to rock, baby.
Hi.
Oh, you're really lounging into it. I like it.
I like this. This is nice.
Yeah, this is a vibe.
Yeah, how you doing? How's that coffee?
It's actually pretty good. I don't know. You said that your
I
lady
haven't
didn't
tried
like it.
Girlfriend tried it. She was like, they got two options.
What do you mean two options?
So they got Americano and coffee, and like that's it. And I was like, oh.
What other options are there?
I don't, dude. I don't go in coffee shops. They scare me.
Why do coffee shops scare you? That seems crazy.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like scared going to coffee shops? Like you don't know how to order? Or is that just me?
I think you're talking about the pressure of ordering correctly.
Yeah.
I don't find any pressure in that. I think it's quite easy to order correctly. I think partially what you have to do is know what you want up front.
Yeah, I never know what I want first off, but I always feel like I'm going to get the pumps wrong. And you know what I'm saying? Like, can we go?
I feel like it tells a lot that you think that coffee shop ordering involves pumps. That means that you're doing a lot of Dunkin' Donuts.
Nah, dude, even fucking the Starbucks,
they're asking you pumps in Starbucks.
Yeah, they got
I don't think no. Starbucks isn't asking you how many pumps you'd like. I think you've been going to a weird Starbucks is what's been happening. But back to this coffee shop, it's like any other coffee shop. It's very hipster.
Oh.
I think one of the issues is that when you walk in, you read as someone who might be upset about pronouns. And so in a coffee shop, you have to be open to all pronouns.
Wait, what?
Have you heard about this? The best coffee is made by people with they them pronouns.
Right, but you're saying the reason I feel so pressured is because I look like somebody.
That's right. You don't like my perception? My main read of you?
I feel the pressure because I look like somebody. So you're saying if I looked like somebody who doesn't disagree with the pronouns,
that's right,
then I wouldn't feel. I mean, I'm not saying like that's the cause and effect, but I'm not saying like there's not a correlation there.
Like I think, well, maybe if you think about it from this perspective,
correlation's there, not cause and effect.
Like if I could style you to enter a coffee shop, I think that you would have a much more pleasant experience in there. Like, have you ever thought about dyeing your hair purple?
Like you're saying, like if I was to paint my nails, dye
that's
my
right.
hair purple,
yes,
and get a nose ring,
of course,
then I would feel more comfortable. Because I'm embodying.
Right, you can't park your BMX outside and walk in.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't have a BMX or something, but
I feel like you do though. Is that not true? You didn't grow up as a BMXer.
If I had a BMX right now, I would rock it, but I don't. I do respect BMX, is what I'm saying.
I see.
I'm just really what I'm saying is I'm too poor to own a BMX.
Are BMX that expensive?
Nah, dude. I think bikes go for like $20 on Marketplace.
Yeah, so you're telling me that you can't afford a 20.
I just never thought about buying a BMX as an adult. Like the last thing I've thought about for the past.
Yeah, buying a BMX, that's not a cool thing. That doesn't impress your girlfriend.
I don't think in the past like at least decade the thought about like I should buy a bike has crossed my mind.
That's valid.
Yeah. I want to go back to this. I like that. So it's just a strictly confidence thing of an image, you think? Like if I was just to straight up put an image on.
Of being
like
in a coffee. You're talking about the coffee shop still?
Yeah. Person in mindset though.
Sure.
But just a costume.
That's correct. Yeah.
And I would go in there and feel 100% confident.
That's right. If you walked in there with painted nails, purple hair, you would be accepted in a way that I don't know if you've ever felt that accepted in a space. I think that you should think about how you're perceived in spaces, you know? I think that would be nice. I feel like this is a therapy
Very
session.
funny. That's so funny.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's so funny to me.
I don't know which of us is in therapy, but one of us is in therapy right now.
You're gonna be accepted like you've never been accepted. Oh, I'm crying.
Yeah,
That's so funny. That's all I've ever wanted.
is acceptance. I think that's ultimately what we're all looking for, especially as comedians. When you're on stage, what I'm looking for is for the crowd to accept me.
I just want acceptance.
That's what I mean. I don't want laughs.
I don't.
I want
To
acceptance.
dye my hair purple to be accepted.
Oh, that's true. Do you feel like dyeing your hair purple changes who you are intrinsically?
Dude, I've dyed my hair a bunch throughout my life. You know, like,
Well, that's
dude,
obvious.
my senior picture in high school is a mistake. It's a hard mistake. I let my girlfriend at the time and her younger sister dye my hair jet black like 2 days before high school.
This sounds amazing to me.
Oh, dude. And I
What was a young John Nagel like? Were you like the same character but small?
nah, I was like I guess I was like real like what it depends. It depends like the age, you know. Relatively shyer kid though. Shyer kid.
Sure.
But then I guess it changed throughout life, you know.
You still consider yourself shy?
Yeah, I don't like going out of my way to be like to introduce myself to people. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I don't like
in what's
like
give
if
me
I see
an
somebody
example.
that did something like say if I see someone does a set but I don't know them or something like that, or like we're out talking outside in a group or something like that and there's a group of people,
Yeah.
like I'm never like generally like, oh hey man, what's your name? I'm John, which is a nice polite thing to do.
Sure.
But like I'm socially awkward, so I just don't. And then I'll just go months without knowing people's name or talking to them, even though I'll see them regularly.
Don't you think that's like pretty common for the thing we're in is like that? I think most people who are comics are going to be nervous about saying hi. That's been something that I've thought about a lot. Not to talk about comedy, but one of the things that has made the experience much more enjoyable for me is that I just assume that everyone is nervous pieces of shit like me. So it changes the perspective.
Oh yeah,
Instead of being like nervous about going to say hi, I'm like, well, they're as nervous as I am.
yeah. Um, yeah. I'm generally nerve ridden, even though like it comes in waves. I don't know why. I'm generally
But
nerve ridden
I
about
find it
everything.
fascinating that you think of yourself as a nervous person, but you survive jail. Can you be nervous in jail? Or is it like the dog park where you got to be
Nerves
like,
come over like different things, you know. Like I get nervous when I like am like going through mulch and a spider crawls in my hand. Like that's like very. Then I'm like
you don't like spiders?
no. But like you know.
What about spiders? Is it the fact that they have so many legs?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Spiders just scare me. It's like something like intrinsically in my soul.
Oh, that's cool.
But like I've trained myself over the years, like to not freak out like I used to as a kid.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like now I can be like now I work outside a lot, so if a spider crawl on me, I'm not gonna like have a heart attack. Whereas if a kid and a spider landed,
How do you feel about snakes?
flying around snakes.
Isn't that fascinating that everyone chooses like has like one thing that they're scared of? Or like there's certain things that they find like my girlfriend deeply scared of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is spiders though. Like you see a spider, you're gonna jump. You go ah.
Not really. It's not anymore. That's what I'm saying. Like as a kid, yeah. Like when I was like 12, like spiders freaked me out. If I saw a spider, like get that. But now, I feel like I've worked outside.
Do you have a spider tattoo?
No.
I feel like you should get a spider
Yeah,
tattoo.
no, that's great.
Like center of your chest.
Well, like I don't know. Fears are weird. I don't know what fears and I don't even know what a phobia or fear is. Cause like I consider myself scared of heights, right? But like I regularly find myself working high on scaffolding for a living. But it scares me, but I just still do it. So it's not a phobia, because I'm not like, I
Sure.
hate it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what phobias or fears really are. Just things freak me out sometimes, you know? Like, I don't.
Phobias versus fears. Would you say you have a phobia of going into coffee shops? Is that
You're trying to get me lynched?
I think so.
No, yeah, no, for real, I do, though. Yeah. Like, like if my girlfriend orders from Starbucks and we pull off and she has to go in and get it, like, I don't really want to go in with her. You
Well,
know,
Starbucks is weird. I feel like Starbucks has lost its pizzazz.
yeah. I mean, if it's a small coffee shop, I guess probably like I'm talking about when I envision coffee shop, that's all I have in my head right now is Starbucks.
Oh, Starbucks is the worst.
Yeah.
Let's hope that they don't cut your corporate sponsorship. But I
Yeah,
do
I
think,
didn't say Starbucks is the worst.
yeah, that was me.
He said it. Starbucks just has no business sponsoring anyone like me.
Yeah, I think it would be a good sponsor though, because you could get snacks and coffee. But I know what you mean. Wait, can you tell me more? What did you do that got you sent to jail? Well, are you allowed to talk about that? Did your therapist say you could?
Yeah. It was mostly like drug related and stuff like that.
I see.
What did I do? So honestly, the worst thing I ever did was like I got caught for like robbing a Walmart and stuff.
Okay.
But then I was waiting for my
You were
girlfriend.
robbing a Walmart.
I wasn't really. I was just waiting for my girlfriend to pick me up, but I'd eaten too much Xanax, and I decided I needed a new pair of those like look-alike chucks they sell at Walmart for $10, and a phone charger and some various other things, and I proceeded to walk out and just got snagged up with a bunch of stuff.
Like you were just high basically and
Yeah,
weren't thinking about paying.
yeah. But
It's crazy that you got arrested robbing a Walmart because I feel like that must happen all the time.
yeah, but it was like a accident. Like I was just blacked out, you know. But I was
Mm.
already on. I so my life's weird. Now I'm thinking about it because I was on probation from like 14 to like and like almost 30. I was on probation like for like half my life, like
Whoa.
starting at my teenage years and stuff. Yeah,
So you were like a naughty kid.
yeah, yeah.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, I started off in the juvenile like probation and stuff. I actually got kicked off of juvenile probation and then they sent me into the adult system, right? I had to go into court that day, and they're like, "All right, he's off juvenile. We're gonna send him to adult probation, and we're gonna send him to jail." I'm like, just turned 18, right? I got in trouble, and then they like kicked me out juvie probation, and they didn't pick me back up in the adult probation system. So I just didn't have a probation officer for like 5 years, even though I was technically still in the books. So like I slipped through
From
the
like
cracks of the
18 to
system.
23.
Yeah, I slipped through the cracks of the system.
That must happen all the time.
I don't know. I was pretty lucky for me. I liked it, but then I got in trouble again. And then they were like, "Aren't you supposed to be on probation?" I'm like, "No." And they're like, "Oh man, that's crazy stuff."
You're like, but it kind of looks like you should
Yeah.
be.
So then I was like in and out of jail, and then for a couple times, yeah, I ended up breaking into my grandpa's house
Oh, that's
to steal. Yeah, and then
never good luck.
it was so bad, but and then the cops got involved, and my grandpa didn't want to press charges, but we live in a commonwealth. The state picked up the charges, and I got stuck with the charges. Even
This
though
was in Pennsylvania.
Yep. Yeah. So like it's a commonwealth. So like even if like you victimize someone, like you say you rob somebody
Sure.
and they don't want to charge you, the state can be like, nah, it doesn't matter. We want to charge you. That's how it works.
Wild. I can't believe you were. Was there like a turning point where you're like, I don't want to be a bad kid anymore?
I never wanted to be a bad kid. Like I didn't
Yeah.
consider myself a bad person. I consider myself like too gentle to be in jail and like too much of a nice person. I'm a really nice
So
person.
you feel like the most of the trouble was just drugs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like stopping doing drugs was the pivotal turning point.
Yeah, dude. After I got sober, dude, life went crazy, dude. I've lived multiple lives. It seems I've lived like a weird junkie life. Then I got sober for a little bit. I owned a recovery house for a little bit.
Whoa, I
Yeah,
didn't know
dude, I
that.
got
Cool.
sober. I stopped working. I opened up a recovery house, and I started speaking like 200 days a year, just like speaking at meetings and stuff.
About recovery.
Yeah, just like
Oh,
sponsoring
interesting.
like 12 guys at a time, nonstop. Some of my best friends today I met sponsoring them. It was pretty crazy.
That's intriguing. And then you stayed sober since then?
Well, now I smoke weed. I stopped going to like those programs and stuff. So it is.
I always think it's interesting that a lot of people who are sober still smoke weed.
Well, well, now the legalization became much more popular, and I'm not really tied into those meetings anymore. But I hear like, a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's prescribed by a doctor," and people are like, "I don't give a crap. It's a prescription or not. You can't be smoking weed, be in these programs." But it seems to be more like common to be sober and smoking weed these days. Like 20 years ago, you were
Mm,
in one of those programs and you're
right, and
smoking
you smoke
weed.
weed. That was it.
Yeah, it's like you're not. You get. It's like day one. Like keep going back on day one. This is what it is. So
That's right.
but now it's something has changed in the society.
Sure. Do you ever miss going to those meetings?
Yeah, yeah, it's good times.
A sense of community.
Yeah, that was funny because like I used to speak so much. Like for I would do hour long speaking, right?
Mm.
So I would do it 5 nights a week, like an hour every night.
Did
And
you ever bomb doing that?
nah, it was so good, dude. It was the best. I was the best. And no, I would. So that's why I was like, I could do comedy because I was so good at that. Well,
Sure.
they're two entirely different things. It's
Oh, yeah,
so
of
much
course.
easier to make people cry than it is to laugh, I think.
100%. Well, I mean, it's just what you're practiced at, I assume.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Because I repeated the same, it was the same hour a lot. Like,
Dude,
I've done the
you were
same hour.
basically a traveling,
Yeah,
a sad comedian.
yeah. It was crazy. That's all I did was speaking for like hours times.
It's wild that you didn't write a memoir about your experiences.
I was honestly several points in my life I've thought about writing memoirs. We'll see where because there's different chapters. Because I was like, kid, some weird stuff happens as a kid. Everyone has weird stuff happen as a kid. Then I
Sure.
got cancer, But
Oh,
then
that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, right. Cancer as a kid, and then I got like in trouble, the law and like heroin and like homeless for a while. Then I got sober and did like speaking engagement, and then like owned a couple of my businesses. I opened up a couple of businesses on my own after I got sober, and then
What would the title of your memoir be?
I have no idea, dude. I'm
John Nagel's life.
yeah,
John Nagel gets clean.
my life, my
John,
life's taken. uh,
John Nagel's from rags to
I
bagels.
probably name it like John's Totally Rad Adventures or something.
I don't think I'd read that.
Well, maybe it's not for you.
That's fair. Is any memoir for anyone? That's the thing. You know that a red flag conversation is about to happen when someone goes, I'm thinking about writing a memoir. You never are like, oh, your life? Okay. But your life, maybe.
I think there's some interesting things that definitely happened. I've seen some things, dude.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
I think anytime you spend time like homeless doing drugs, to me that's the scariest part about it. I wouldn't worry about myself. I would worry about the things around me, right? Like the things that you have to experience in order to survive in that life.
Yeah. Perpetual like being awake. When you're asleep, you're on alert kind of thing. That's what it is.
I mean, have you heard of this guy? I forget what his name is, but he's a professor at Columbia, and he wrote this book about drug use. Have you heard about this guy? And basically, the premise of his argument is that drug use isn't what causes drug addicts to like have troubles with society or troubles with themselves. What happens is the lack of sleep is the major challenge for the drug addict. So if you can, his argument is that you can do any drug you want in as much quantities. And this is his argument, as long as you get enough sleep.
Okay, but like, all right, so like if you're all right, so I'm just saying like if you're doing heroin, there may be a point where you sleep for 20 hours on end, right? So like,
Well, I don't know. I've never
saying,
done
like,
heroin.
I'm saying for so like sometimes meth heads might be up for like 5 days on a time, right?
Yeah, that seems like crazy.
But then they'll go to sleep for like 2 days at a time. You know what I'm saying? They'll sleep for like 48 hours straight.
Well, his argument is like about consistency of sleep.
So you
Like,
just gotta live a regular ass life.
right, like you could do heroin, but you got to go to bed at
So that's
a
the
reasonable
key to
hour.
like the recreational drug user that still goes to work and stuff is he's maintaining like a balanced, scheduled life. essentially.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Maybe like discipline essentially is it? Is it like
Sure.
it discipline?
I don't know. Like, have you met anyone who has casually used drugs? Like, obviously, I feel like we've all like I've done cocaine, fucking whatever. But that's like, I mean, like I know a guy who casually uses heroin sometimes, and you're like, is that possible?
I've heard people say that. Yeah, I've met a couple people that say that. I just don't know the longevity of that. Like I was just talking to someone the other day, and they're like, "Yeah, I do cocaine, like once a month." I'm like, "That's weird." It's like impressive because like, how do you schedule
Also,
it?
like,
Like
what's
the
the point,
28th? Like,
dude?
yeah, but it's like, what is that? Like, oh, the 28th is coming up. Like, when do you do that? Or is like,
It's like couples who schedule their sexual activity.
yeah, but I don't know also because like I get you can do that, but like then does that last for 3 years? Like after 3 years, is that still a thing, or is after 3 years how you looking? Like I hear people say those things, but I don't know. I don't
But
check up on
also,
them in
are you
three
approaching
years.
it from like the addict's mentality?
Yeah,
Like, is there an inherent difference in people who become addicted or not? I don't know.
probably. They say there is with the allergen of the addicted and everything like that. They say like, well, that's with alcohol and stuff. Like some people
Sure.
successfully drink alcohol and some don't.
Can I pose a
Most.
question and then run to the restroom?
Yeah, dude.
Okay. Here's my question. I would like a ranking of all of the drugs you've ever done from favorite to least favorite. All right.
Okay.
Dude, this chair is mad comfortable.
We're back.
Did you come up with a ranking
All right. So what was the ranking
for your favorite drugs you've ever done? Is this a bad question to
for?
ask an addict? Am I not supposed to?
I guess like I don't know. I thought about that because like favorite I guess is like I guess what you always lean to doing because I've noticed like drug addicts some people like
Gravitate.
yeah like
Sure.
you go to or like rehab some people are like I'm on here for meth like and then
Yeah.
like there's meth people will be like I don't like heroin
Oh,
they
that's
just
interesting.
like they'll do it but like their thing is like I've done heroin but now I do meth.
Is there like have you noticed any character traits that are shared between like the people who are into a certain drug?
Certain one.
Yeah, like what is I mean, I guess when you're seeing someone at that point, they're gonna be symbolized by the drug they're doing, so it's hard to know.
No, I'm probably not. I mean, mostly it's just like, messed up people.
Sure.
I don't know if there's like I don't know if like the narcissists go towards heroin and like the extroverts go meth and like the introverts go
Oh,
other
I mean
things.
that's a
Like
good breakdown.
I don't think it's like that, but
No, I mean that would make sense. Or it could be like the opposite. Like if you're really introverted, you almost want
extrovert, yeah.
that upper to like break you out of your shell.
Maybe there's some correlation there. I don't know if like on a massive thing like a whole scale where, but
But I do have this like okay, this is a little tangential,
Mhm.
but I have this theory that there's really only 5 characters that exist like in the world.
Okay. What's
Okay,
that?
so I feel like okay, so I think it's important to think about it from the perspective of like the 5 is just a good number. There's probably more like 100, but there's a small enough amount that we can recognize the characters. Like, do you ever walk into a space and you meet someone and you go, I know this guy. I've met him a million times.
I don't know with confidence, but I'll definitely be like, I feel like I've met that guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's almost like there's like a shape of a face or something where you go, I've met this guy a million times.
Okay. I understand. Yeah.
I have nothing further. I just feel like that's an important thing to recognize. You know, do you buy that?
Yeah, a little bit.
like okay, let's break it down. For example, like using the drug analogy, right? There's like let's say there's heroin, there's meth, there's stoners, there's drinkers. What's another drug? Give me one more. Like pills.
Benzos. Yeah.
Say it again.
Benzos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Xanax.
So benzos. What do benzos do? That's kind of like.
Xanax.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And so I feel like you could be like to break down the types of people. There could be like a benzo, an alcohol person, a meth person, heroin, weed, and those are like different types of people that exist. It's like
Well, there definitely are different types of people that exist. Like meth heads exist, and they're different than like stoners.
right. Who do you find the most insufferable?
Meth heads.
I find stoners the most insufferable.
Well, you know, benzo people, they're actually the worst.
That I have not, but like that makes sense because I feel like often I dislike pill people almost like as soon as I know you're a pillhead, I'm out.
Yeah.
There's something about those drugs that affect the way someone exists in society. Like here's how I think of it. It's like people who do pills, they start to feel like they're a manufactured entity.
What kind of pills are we talking? Like just
Any
prescription pills?
because like pill heads are into pills. It almost doesn't matter what they are.
Okay.
Pill people will do uppers and downers. I feel like I don't, you know probably more about that.
Probably.
But they're like it's almost equal opportunity. They're just into the idea of doing pills, and it starts to change their chemical makeup of their brain.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. All
Like-
drugs definitely do that for sure.
But like if you like, but like they become more lizardy. I feel like to use the. Does that make sense? Whereas like if someone's a deep stoner or heroin addict, they start to get messed up, but they feel more human almost, even if it's messed up human.
Okay. I mean, there's probably something to that. Like,
I love just throwing abstract concepts out and then just trying to see if other people can deal with it because I don't know where I'm going.
There's probably something with that. Like my one friend had a theory that doing heroin preserves people.
Sure.
Like Keith Richards, all those old rock stars and shit. Like how's Ozzy still alive? All that stuff, you know. But like he says it because like he was like 40 when he got sober, but he was like one of them genetic like looks handsome guys,
Richards?
looks young kind of thing, you know.
Was he was the Rolling Stones?
Huh?
Rolling Stones, Keith Richards.
Yeah. Well, my friend makes this argument. My friend is not Keith Richards.
Yeah. I didn't think you were friends with Keith Richards.
I'm not friends with Keith Richards.
Although that would be interesting.
Yeah, me and Keith would probably get along.
You think so?
I think so a lot. I was a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean, and he was in that movie.
You were a big fan of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Which one? The first one?
Well, the first three.
The first three. I didn't know there were more than three.
There's four, aren't there? I think they're probably still making them.
What are they doing? They're on the ocean still?
I think they're trying to still make them, but Johnny Depp's like, screw Disney, and he's not doing it anymore. I think that's actually what's going on.
Why is Johnny Depp anti-Disney now?
Because they dropped him over the Amber Heard stuff.
Oh, that was weird. That was like I don't understand that trial. There was like, I don't really pay attention to celebrity culture, but that one in particular.
That one was strictly for entertainment. That shit was gold at the time. It was
You were enjoying it?
Yeah. She pooped on his bed, dude. Like, that's just entertainment. Like, when you...
Yeah, it's hard for me to fathom the moment when you go, you know, the answer is to poop on this guy's bed.
Like, you think back and be like, man, what would have made the OJ trial even more crazy? Found poop on the bed. Like, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial was gold.
Wow. If there was poop involved in the OJ trial.
That was off. Just would have made it that much better of a trial.
Do you follow a lot of pop culture? Are you a pop culture junkie?
No.
You're just a huge fan of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, I just love Johnny Depp, so I was in on that one, you know?
I feel like my view of you has been diminished by the fact that you're into Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm not like, what's that supposed to mean, first off?
It's an attack. I'm trying to attack on
You
Pirates
don't
of
like
the
Pirates
Caribbean.
of the Caribbean?
I don't know. I don't have any real opinion about it.
I mean, like, it's not like I'm dressing up and LARPing as Johnny Depp. But
Honestly, if you did that, I would think that was pretty cool. LARPing to me is like that's like you go, those people, that's really pushing the boundaries. You have to let your ego die in order to LARP.
what about like Harry Potter people? Do you like, what about those people are weird, right?
Harry Potter people?
Yeah.
Like in what sense? Like
Because I'm
people,
not like because I'm not like a Pirates of the Caribbean person.
you're not
You know what I'm
you're not
saying?
defined
But
by
there's
the
like Harry
movie.
Potter people. You know what I'm saying?
I do buy
Okay.
what you're saying. I pick up what you're putting down.
So it's like, all right. But Pirates of the Caribbean is a great franchise, guys. I suggest you all go watch it. Johnny Depp's amazing.
Yeah.
Orlando Bloom, great job. Who played a great role as Legolas in Lord of the Rings.
That's a good reference. Was he was the elfin king
Yeah,
warrior.
yeah. Fun fact for any Lord of the Rings nerds: Legolas was only screen timed in all three movies 30 minutes. He was only on screen
That's
30
ideal.
minutes.
How much do you think he made for that?
A lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why would you want to be on screen more? The ideal amount of time on the screen is 30 minutes, but you make the same amount as the guy on the screen the whole time.
Yeah, like the little Hobbit guy was there all day long. You know?
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Who played the Hobbit? Orlando Bloom.
My immediate mind went to Topher Grace, but that's that 70s show guy. It's
Dude,
Elijah
Topher
Wood.
Grace would crush in Lord of the Rings. If he played the warrior, like, well, not the warrior, the bad wizard.
Topher Grace is like
Topher Grace as
Saruman the white. Yeah. Oh, you
No.
mean like Sauron, the main
Yeah.
guy, Topher Grace from that
Topher
70s
Grace.
show? All right. This is a
Wilmer Valderrama could be like one of his underlings.
yeah, okay. Who would Ashton Kutcher be? Because Ashton Kutcher might be a real good bad guy, actually.
Is he a bad guy? I feel like
He's getting
Ashton
caught up in the Diddy stuff.
did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Ashton Kutcher's getting caught up in that stuff.
I just wanted to keep saying Diddy as many times as I wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're telling me that Ashton Kutcher, who didn't get caught up in the Diddy stuff?
Me?
That is one person who didn't get caught up in it.
Yeah.
I meant once. Are you a celebrity?
No.
Okay.
Oh, a celebrity.
Yeah, I can name many people that I know casually.
Who are celebrities that are completely innocent in the Diddy trials?
Alec Baldwin.
J-Lo, 100% innocent, clearly. Usher, 100% innocent, clearly.
Are you? I don't like saying any names. I'd like to say zero names.
I'm saying
What if they
I'm saying
find
they're
it?
innocent.
Oh, that's good. I guess
100%.
I guess people
innocent.
like being innocent,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm saying they're innocent. They're not guilty. Who's probably guilty?
Did you follow the?
I feel like you shouldn't say who is probably guilty.
Yeah, I don't want to say that.
No.
No, we should never say.
Yeah. No.
What? I just
We know that.
the Diddy thing was it was so much. But okay, so you are saying that Ashton Kutcher did get caught up in it.
Yeah, that's the alleged. Yeah.
Okay. Just really quick, I'd like to say that his role in Lord of the Rings would he'd still just be doing punked. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Ashton Kutcher got in trouble. What did he do? Do you know? What did
no,
he-
but
what
so
did he
supposedly,
do?
what I'm not an expert, but supposedly he was dating Mila Kunis, after that 70s show.
Sure.
But then he started getting wrapped up with Diddy and Punked because Diddy got involved in Punked. And then,
No way.
Then he broke up with Mila Kunis and apparently started going to all the Diddy parties. Then he married Demi Moore.
That was interesting. She was much older than him.
Yeah. And supposedly accusations have been said that he was possibly hooking up with Demi's kids. And then they
Ooh.
broke up again. Now he's back with old Mila. And dude, Mila is so hot. Dude. That was my celebrity crush as a kid, Mila Kunis. Loved her.
Yeah, I mean, she's excellent.
Excellent. She is superb. Superb, sir.
I don't feel comfortable calling a female actress hot, but I will call them superb. I like to comment on their work versus their work, if that makes sense.
Yes. Mila doesn't have any work.
Well, I meant her body of work.
Again. I don't even. He worked outside that 70s show, now to be honest, but
She hasn't?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I can list off so many films.
All right, go. I know.
I got two.
I know she's gonna go.
She's in I Love You, Man. That's wrong. She was in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh, I love that fucking movie.
Yeah, that movie slaps.
Yeah, what was the one with Justin Timberlake? When they
I'm
sleep
sorry
together
that I
too?
said slaps. Wait, what?
What was it? She was in one with Justin Timberlake.
Maybe it's called No Strings Attached.
That's it.
Is that the name?
That's it.
But she was also in Black Swan.
Oh, with Natalie Portman. Oh my God, I love
Is she?
me.
Yeah, she's in
love
Black
me some
Swan.
Natalie Portman, dude. Are
you about to say she's hot?
Dude, I went and watched
Comment
Black
on her
Swan
butt.
in theaters. That's how much I love Mila Kunis and Natalie Portman.
You went and saw Black Swan in theaters?
Yeah, as like
I mean, that's what's his name, the Darren Aronofsky or whatever, who directed that scary movie about drugs.
what?
Yeah.
He directed Black Swan.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Maybe. I'm so bad with direction. People be like, "Yo, that person directed that movie," and I'm like, maybe.
I very much enjoy when people so say I'm watching something. One of my favorite activities is just to look up every thing that a person in it has done, or I'll like say like I'll be like, oh, this actor or this director, and then I'll look up everything they've done. Is that not something when you're watching?
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, I could be like, yeah, Tarantino made that, but after like that, like Spielberg, I know like Spielberg's movies, because like everyone's like,
Sure.
Spielberg's.
Like I think it's interesting. Like I'm gonna blank on his name, but the guy who directed Dazed and Confused. If you look up his IMDb, it's fascinating. Have you seen Dazed and Confused?
Yeah, of course.
Also, Matthew McConaughey is in that, and he only has like 2 lines, and they're some of the most famous lines of all time.
I say all right, all right, all right on a daily basis still, all the time.
It's weird that we idolize this. He wasn't meant to be an idolized character, but
No,
many
he
people
touched
did.
kids for sure.
Yeah. Did
Like, he was a kid toucher, right?
Well, well, define kid under the age of 18.
Uh-huh.
His whole spiel was that I keep getting older and they stay the same age,
Right.
which is not a great thing to idolize necessarily.
No, yeah, that's what kid touchers said. But
That's
like,
right.
yeah, like it depends on when he starts saying it, I suppose. Like if he started saying that at 18, completely fine,
Is it?
Yeah, like no, if he started saying at 18, that's legal. I'm not saying it's fine, okay, but it's legal. You know?
Right.
He's like, I keep getting older, they stay the same age, they're all 18, But if he started like chanting that when he was like 12, he dated a girl in like 7th grade and he's like, I get
Sure.
older, they stay the same age. Now he's 21 saying that.
Yeah,
That's a problem. No.
I was thinking about it.
Is that not how that works?
To be honest, I blacked out.
Okay.
When you started when you started defending an 18-year-old being into children, I was like, I'm out.
No, I'm saying if Matthew McConaughey at age 18 is like, I get older and they stay the same age, and he just starts chanting that for 5 years, all right, he's just dating 18-year-olds. But if he started chanting that at 12 when he's dating in the 7th grade, and now 10 years go by and he's like, they stay the same age, he's like, that's a problem. That we should.
I feel like
I'm
you're
not
really
defending Matthew McConaughey.
I think
I'm
you are.
saying it's a problem.
I'm gonna clip this and
I'm
send it to the
saying
government.
It's not okay, and we shouldn't
Idolize that.
be idolizing Matthew McConaughey, except he was really funny in it.
Well, I think that director, Richard Linklater, that's the director. Isn't that crazy?
I like how we made that whole circle to get back to there.
Yeah.
Go on.
That movie is meant to be a commentary on that behavior, not like a. Always think that's an interesting thing when culture takes something like that, like Matthew McConaughey's character in Dazed and Confused, and goes. Culture goes, this is a guy we love and idolize, but the director's intent was to be like, that's not a cool guy. This is a guy who's stuck in his hometown, who's dating the same girls that a sophomore's dating. That's not cool. But I guess maybe it's a commentary once you make art, it exists beyond you,
What other movies did he make?
Movies.
You said he.
No, it is fascinating. He did make the movie Boyhood. I know that.
Never seen it.
And that was a movie that took many years to make because it followed one actor. It used one actor as they're growing up and then documented their life to college. But it's fictionalized, but it used the same actor so that the continuity of it looks right.
Never seen it.
It was okay.
I'll take your word for it.
Dazed and Confused is probably my favorite of his movies.
Okay.
But I can't remember the others, but he's directed other movies that I find very odd, like some action movie that you don't expect. Like I almost feel like Mr. and Mrs. Smith or something. That's like the genre where you're like, Richard Linklater.
Shout out to Richard, dude.
I love Richard Linklater.
Is he your favorite director?
No.
Okay. Who's your favorite?
But could you choose a favorite director? I feel like yours is Tarantino.
I'm not like a movie guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So, like, if you're sitting on this couch with your lady, what do you guys watch typically?
What did we just watched a couple movies. Falling Down with what's his name? That was a great movie. 93, that was a great movie.
My
Um,
favorite way to talk about movies is not really knowing what movies we're talking about.
yeah. Fudge, what did we just watch? Babe, what did we just watch? I don't remember.
Oh,
No
see
country.
that
Oh, we just watched No Country
that's a
for Old Men
fair.
last night.
Coen Brothers, excellent directors. And in fact, I think that movie, that's based on a novel, and the novel and the book are equally good, but for different reasons.
Okay. I didn't read the book.
It's very good.
I'll
It's
probably give that a go.
written by a guy named Cormac McCarthy. His books are all in-depth studies of Americana with some sort of underlying God influence with them. And there's always a character that represents like the devil or something like it.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's like good and evil.
I'm looking at that.
Yeah,
It's always fun. I'm a good and evil type of guy.
you are good and evil.
Yeah.
Do you think you fall more on the like if you had to choose, you think you're good or you're evil?
Well, you always got to be good. Everyone's good in their own head. No one does. Anyone choose evil?
Well, I mean, my assumption is always that I'm evil. Is that not?
Well, like you're saying, you would want to be.
No, I don't want to be. Sometimes I wish I could be. Like, if you could, do you ever wish you could be a villain?
Like how? Like rob banks, shoot your name in the wall, kind of thing, or like just go around just murdering,
No, not murdering. Like, I would like to be like like a villain, like in
like the Joker.
yeah, or like Penguin, where you have like a cool
Yeah,
aesthetic.
that's fine. Yeah, like a bad superhero, the guy
That's
who
what I'm
fights
saying.
Superman.
Yeah.
Batman, okay.
Fuck the hero.
Lex Luthor, he seemed all right.
That's what I mean.
Rich, handsome. I get it.
What a journey he went on. I actually don't know anything really about Lex Luthor.
Neither do I. He was just rich. He was just yeah. I mean, that's cool. Rich,
He was a celebrity
smart
playboy.
guy. Yeah. I'd love to be rich and smart. Absolutely.
Would you rather be rich or smart?
Smart.
Whoa.
Well, you don't want to be dumb and rich.
Dude, I would love to be dumb and rich. Come on.
I guess.
If you were dumb and rich, you just exist.
Generally, smart people aren't like completely impoverished. You know, they'll still manage to get along. You know,
I guess that's true.
like if you're just dumb, like you'll just if you have $1 million and you're dumb, like what's stopping you from buying $1 million yacht and it's sinking and now you're broke?
Well, yes. But like I think most people who are really rich are on some level dumb.
Yeah, they have smart people managing them. Yeah.
Or like in the sense of like in order to be so fixated on one thing, you have to forget about some other stuff.
Oh yeah. So if you have an obsession, yeah. Nah, probably choose to be smart because yeah, dude. I mean, how rich?
That's what I'm saying. Like
Because like I don't
dumb
even
rich.
like yeah, but well, that's the problem. Is like, do you even want to be the 100 billionaire guy?
Yeah.
Really? I feel like those.
If
guys
I
are
was
all,
dumb.
like, maybe there's so many more you just don't see behind the line. Like, because I'm in my head, I was like, that's like a lot of pressure. It feels like those guys are in the line.
But that's what I'm saying. Like if you were that smart, or sorry, that rich, but you're dumb, you're just on your jet, just zooming around.
I guess. I mean, as far I feels like if I guess it would be fun to have like a couple 100 billion, because then you could just because you're only gonna live so long. Because then you just have an exorbitant like life. You could just be like, everyone gets yachts today, you know, and then
Yeah.
all your boys go out and crash yachts. Because like
It doesn't
your parents are
matter.
dying in 20 years, you know. I get it. That's good. Probably
Yeah.
just videotape it, put it online, and make money off it too. Like,
Well,
you just do dumb
you're
stuff.
applying smart
That's-
tactics.
we're just explaining what Mr. Beast does, essentially.
I don't understand Mr. Beast at all. That's how I know I'm getting old. Is like I'll try and consume his media, and I go, how do I consume it?
I find it incredibly addictive, but I only watch like the competitions.
What are the competitions?
Like 100 people ages 1 to 100 have to stay in this box. Last one staying wins $100,000. I'm like, all right, I'll watch that. I'll watch the 8-year-old compete with the 9-year-old.
that's Mr. Beast. He
Yeah.
does that,
Yep.
and that's something you enjoy.
I like watching. If they could take that a step further and make it Hunger Games, I'd be watching it every day.
You think that society's troubles could be answered by a fight to the death?
I'm not saying any problem solving here. I'm just saying what I would watch.
Would you enjoy watching?
I'm not saying it would solve any problem.
If you could make the perfect content for yourself, it would involve the murder of innocent people.
Dude, I'm not saying Hunger Games is a good idea, but I'm saying as far as content goes,
Yes.
that is the epitome of content.
It would be hard not to watch it.
And then like of course like you could change variants of it like okay, we're gonna have 100 contestants ages 1 to 100. I'm interested. I'm not taking bets on the 1-year-old, but it's interesting. You know what I'm
Does Mr.
saying?
Beast really put a 1-year-old in his challenges?
Yeah,
How is the 1-year-old capable of consenting to that?
the parents do.
That would be troubling.
Every kid under 18's parents have to consent being in these videos.
I find most child actors uncomfortable, minus Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone.
Macaulay Culkin is probably one of the most uncomfortable child actors to look at.
You just like watching him?
No, I mean I love Home Alone, but like I look at him as an adult. I'm like, you look like you're troubled, and
Well, yeah.
things happen to you
Well,
as a kid.
it wasn't great for him,
Yeah.
but he put on a hell of a performance.
What even happened to him that wasn't so great? Did Michael touch him? Was that the whole thing?
Who's Michael?
MJ.
Oh, I don't know.
Was he touched as a kid? What was
I
so
don't-
bad about his kid? His childhood?
I don't think that anything particularly negative even has to happen to a child actor for it to be a negative experience. Because it's like when you're thrust into that level of celebrity at that age, your ego just is broken. And so anything that comes after is going to be a challenge.
Yeah. Have you seen Corey Feldman lately?
No, is he not doing well?
He's my favorite child actor ever.
Oh, did he pull it together or what's going on?
He tours now with the band, but it's just him. He's the front man. And it's amazing.
Good for him.
You need to Google Corey Feldman on stage. It's amazing.
What kind of music is he playing?
It's-
Like metal?
Dude, you should look it up right now. It's amazing.
I don't even know where my
It's
phone
not
is.
even it's not even coherent music. It's just noises. But the best thing is he has like there's blooper reels of like him on tour, and it's the baddest thing because like you just Google like Corey Feldman cringe on stage. It's him like with a big ass horn, but it's failing on stage. He's trying to do his best. Or he walks on stage at the morning show doing like ballerina moves and stuff like that. It's horrendously cringy and my favorite thing in the world to watch.
Are you-
I love
you-
it so much?
Is he doing well?
I mean, he's alive and he's like advocating for like we need to get the pedos out of Hollywood, and I back him up on that. His music's horrendous, but I am addicted to watching.
Corey
him
Feldman was
online.
on Boy Meets World. Is that correct?
No, Corey Feldman was like the Lost Boys, Stand By Me.
Oh, okay. I'd have to look at a photo
all those
of him.
'80s movies. Yeah, he was an '80s star, Corey Haim.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he was always complaining, like back around 2000, he was like, pedos are in Hollywood. They touched me as a kid. They're touching all the child actors. And everyone was like, shut up, you're psycho. And now, like, everyone believes him now. Now he's really shining because he was, like, really shunned from Hollywood 20 years ago.
Because he tried to actually tell the truth.
Yeah, and
when
now, like,
people weren't
now
ready.
Diddy and Epstein come out, and, like, everyone's like, okay, you know, like,
Maybe you were on to something.
yeah,
there.
like, now they're like, stop trashing him. And now they're letting him on the morning show to do his music. And it's not going well, but it's so good. You need to watch it. I'm addicted to watching it. It's so good.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, I love you, Corey Feldman.
Yeah, shout out Corey Feldman. Good for him. I'm always happy for someone who's like, I support anyone who's making anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I mean that like, even if you're like, oh, like recently I was hanging out with someone and they were saying how awful and cringe it was to watch people learning a new skill. And I was like, gross. That's a gross viewpoint. Like,
That's fair.
like I think it's doing anything at all is impressive to me. If you have the capability, if you step out into the unknown and you go, I'm gonna paint something, I go, hell yeah.
Yeah, because like doing nothing is so much easier than doing something. Like
That's right.
yeah, it's just easier to do that. So like do anything. You're impressive, I suppose.
Right.
Okay. I would rather do nothing all the time.
I mean, I think that's the basis of most comedians.
Do you think that it's harder to do nothing all the time? I probably couldn't do nothing all the time.
I think that the define doing nothing. Like, are we talking about sitting in silence
Like I hear people say
meditatively?
like I don't have a problem sitting on the couch for 4 days at a time. I'll be like I would lose my mind, but like that kind of sounds like the dream. Like what else are we really looking forward to? Like what are we doing?
I
Like
mean, I think a define like on Sunday, right? I didn't leave the house except to walk the dogs for the entire day, and that to me is a perfect day.
okay,
Like, just woke up, had breakfast, walked the dogs, watch some movies, write, hang out, sit, think, watch more movies.
some monks may say like sitting and doing absolutely nothing for 4 days, maybe nirvana. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I do think that there's any person who's creative of any variety needs time to sit and think, when whatever way, or not think. Like, I think I th- sitting meditatively, however you achieve that, is worth it.
Do you sit in silence more often than you're not?
I watch TV like it's a meditation.
Okay.
Like, I barely am. I'm not there.
Go to sleep with the TV on. You want?
No, I don't sleep with the TV on, but like I'll put it on and I sit. This is like I sit cross-legged on this little cushion, and I have my like things around me, and I sit there and I look at the TV, and I think about other things.
Okay. Okay. Weird.
Is it weird?
What do you normally have on the background when you're meditating about other things?
The worse the better, but I go through phases. Like right now, I've been rewatching Seinfeld,
Okay.
so I can come in and out. Like I'll watch it for a little, and
Love me some Seinfeld. It's fine.
it's excellent.
Oh yeah, Soup Nazi, great stuff.
I just think that the writing of it is so, especially like this is probably my third time watching it through,
Mhm.
maybe fourth, and it's just like this time I'm like just fascinated by the writing of it.
Yeah, it's peak, dude. I honestly, couple of my friends still like reference like I'll still like talk to my friend. I'll be like I'm eating Wawa pretzels. I'm on the phone with my friend Steve. I'll be like, these pretzels are making me thirsty.
Oh
And
yeah,
he'll bring it
great,
right
great
back.
reference.
Yeah, and he knows, dude. He's right on point with it. So if we're at the Elaine Bennett dance, I'm throwing out Seinfeld stuff all the time. To be honest with you, I love that show.
It was like a moment in culture that was pretty fascinating, right? Like because everyone watched it, like old, young. There was a universality to it.
Yeah. Well, I guess I was like one of those. I was like kind of the first one. Then there was like Sopranos. I guess was the next show after that. There was the first cultural show. Was there a cultural show?
There were
before?
many cultural shows prior to that, but I think that was the first exclusively comedic show that was universal that I can think of. I mean, unless you consider like I Love Lucy, but everyone was watching that. Or like who is the original talk show host guy? Johnny Carson.
Carson.
I'm sure maybe there was someone before him, but Johnny Carson was like the one I'm thinking of that everyone watched. But I think that's one of the challenges of streaming now is that we don't have cohesive cultural focal points in order for us as a society to like have the same references.
Yeah, I guess it was easier because like really back then like there was just nothing to. There was only like I'd say like 10 things to choose from.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Seinfeld was on at 8 o'clock on Thursday,
Yeah.
and that was what you watched.
Yeah. So like more or less like if you could like think about like herding sheep,
Right.
it's much easier to herd more sheep into 10 corrals than 1,000 different ones. You know?
Yeah. And I would even argue that it's better. Like not better like in the sense I have a firm belief that everything is always the same. So like there's the same amount of everything negative and positive all the time. It just changes what it looks like. But at the same time, I think that television was a unifying factor in a way that it isn't anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like I don't know. Is it good or bad that there's more outlets and more choices of things to watch? Like I
I
guess
mean, it's great for artists.
yeah, like it's great. I guess like for there's always something, there's always things to see, but like is it better for society if like we're almost forced to watch the same thing because then we all but then that's just totalitarian shit. totalitarian shit.
Well, you don't
that's
want
like
there to be.
1984 stuff.
I think that there's this American fallacy that choice is freedom. Like the more choice, the better. Like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
see it in a grocery store, right, in the U.S. versus other countries,
Mhm.
where you go and you're like, oh, there's 16 types of cereal or
Mhm.
65. I don't even know. It's a whole aisle now.
Too many.
What's that?
Too many.
That's right.
Love me some cereal though.
Cereal's fantastic. What's your favorite cereal?
Mm. Oh man, I don't know anymore. Like as a kid, dude. Oh my god, do you remember when I was a kid? They used to have Rice Krispie treat cereal. I tried it a couple years ago. It's not the same. I don't know if my taste buds have changed or the recipe changed, but that was the best cereal as a kid.
Rice Krispie treat cereal.
Cereal, yeah, and
I've
then
never even had
yeah,
that.
and dude, it was a bag full of chunks of Rice Krispie treat.
That sounds mind blowing, but maybe as I think just as an adult, you don't want sugar at
Nah, as
that
an
level.
adult, you gotta be like, I like Special K with chocolate chips or something.
Special K with chocolate chips? Do they even make that?
Yeah, dude, of course. You like Special
I've
K?
been really into Cheerios lately.
Cheerios are so good.
Yeah,
I like the regular ones more than the honey nut.
I have a box right now of the apple cinnamon ones. Those are,
Oh, those are fire, dude.
dude.
I haven't had them in so. I forgot they existed.
Yeah.
Wow,
Cereal to me is like, as an adult, cereal is like a dessert item. You eat it like, I eat it like late at night.
yeah,
Like,
I
I
don't think
mean,
it's good for you. I think it's bad for you, but it's so good.
yeah, I mean, I think it depends how you're eating it, right? Like, just having a bowl of cereal for breakfast, and then like imagine if you had a bowl of cereal and then you had to go do like labor,
Hmm.
you'd be fucked up.
Maybe I don't know. My breakfast is unhealthy. I eat a whole box of toaster strudels a day, so that's kind of unhealthy.
That's bananas. Like the Pillsbury toaster strudels,
Yeah,
a whole box.
yeah. Generally like two in the morning, and then I'll have like two in the afternoon, and then I'll have like two before I go to sleep, and there's six in a box.
And that's all you eat all day.
No,
Oh, okay.
but like
I was gonna be impressed.
no, it's like my diet is weird because I eat a whole box of cereals a day and about a gallon of milk a day, and then other things throughout the day. But every day I keep for the past 6 months, it's becoming a problem. I'm thinking about it. I've tried to stop eating the toaster
I'm
strudels,
very
and I
concerned.
love like every time I'm at the store, I'm like, I'm getting toaster strudels, dude. They're so addictive. They're
Well,
so good.
and it does seem like you've channeled your addictive behavior into toaster strudels,
Yeah,
which you could argue there's worse things.
yeah. I mean,
But did you say you have a gallon of milk a day?
about that. Yeah,
That is bananas.
drink a lot of milk. I drink more milk than water.
Like a gallon, a full gallon. What do you drink? Like 2% or whole?
Whole.
A gallon of whole milk a day.
Yeah.
Are you being honest with me?
Yeah. Babe, do
I,
I drink a gallon of whole milk a day?
that's cool. Have you ever thought about like trying to get sponsored by one of those Got Milk ads?
Ooh, that'd be fucking. Well, dude.
That's
If
what I'm
anyone wants to sponsor me, I'll stop cursing and I'll be a great representative of your company, Lucerne Milk. Love you guys.
Honestly, if you get sponsored by Milk, I'll come here every week.
I just need to get sponsored by milk
That's
to
all
get
it
you to come
is.
back. You can get a huge sponsorship by a giant milk company.
I would love a milk sponsorship.
I'll even take a local, like Rosenberg's.
What do you mean
Guys.
you'd take a local? Local would be ideal.
Yeah.
You'd rather have a national syndicate, milk syndicate, or a local?
Local. I would like
Look at you, a man of the people.
yeah, like those Rosenberg's is like the only one that's popping off the top of my head right now, but shout out Rosenberg's, you know. There's a ton of little farms around here that like sell milk and stuff and ice cream that I'm blanking on, but it's
I
hard.
can't believe you drink a gallon of milk a day. This is gonna stick with me for probably the rest of my life.
How much milk do you drink?
Not a gallon a day.
Oh, all right.
Between my lady and I, we go through about a half gallon a week.
Oh, man, that's so cheap. That must be nice and cheap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a little more, but not a gallon.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting though? I think there's something about living in Pennsylvania that makes you want to drink milk. Because we didn't drink milk until we moved here.
Okay.
This is a milk place.
So like do people in Kansas drink milk?
Definitely anywhere that has low flat plains, you're going to be drinking a lot of milk.
Okay. Do they drink milk in Colorado?
Here's a place where they don't drink milk. Hawaii. No one's drinking a lot of milk in Hawaii.
They don't got cow in Hawaii?
Oh, I'm not saying they do or don't. I'm just saying
You don't
it would be hard pressed to find someone who's drinking a gallon of milk.
Because of the Hawaiians or because of the location?
I think just like geographically, when it's really a hot climate, you're not drinking a lot of milk. You might have,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think they're not having a lot of dairy in Hawaii.
All right. Okay. So I could see like the middle of Sudan having milk. Probably not like,
But desert, I feel like you might not have cow milk, but you are drinking milk. Camel milk? Is that racist?
Yeah. That's probably just the truth. But
Goat
I-
milk, maybe.
but yeah, but like you can't store it. There's nowhere to store it unless you have refrigeration.
That's
so
right.
like if you're
So you have to have it fresh. Have
Yeah.
you ever had milk fresh from the teat?
dude, no. Dude, I used to shop at an Amish market all the time. I lived right by one in Bristol. Shout out Amish market. And dude, they would put the raw milk in clear glass jugs so you can see it and you see the foam at the top. And sometimes there's like specks of grossness and
Wasn't for you.
no. I was like, I thought, dude, I thought I was like, I'm a man's man. I grew up like my family hunted and stuff, and I drive a truck, and I saw that milk, and I'm like, I
You're not man enough
Never.
for raw milk.
drinking that milk ever. Like you couldn't pay me to.
So you like your milk somewhat pasteurized.
Oh, it needs to be pasteurized. That's how I was raised on. Maybe if I was raised differently, but that's who I am.
Yeah, you can't fight who you are when it comes
Yeah.
to milk.
There's probably something to the raw milk. You seen those Amish kids? Burly kids. That milk's doing
To be
something.
honest with you, I'm not often looking at Amish children.
Oh. Well, if you're at Amish markets, you see them.
Uh,
Yeah. Amish kids are awesome, dude. Dude, the first time I met them, this is the most impressive thing I've ever seen Amish kids do. They showed up to my uncle's farm and he paid them to cut down trees, right? And they showed up in a horse and buggy and no shoes. And it was like a 14-year-old and a 10-year-old. And they just went up with a rope, spotted the 14-year-old, spotted by the 10-year-old. And they cut down like 250 footers for like
Crazy.
$700 or something like that. Like
No
something
way.
mad cheap or something like that. And then, he sent them over to the neighbor's house and they just left. Like these little kids. They're awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Amish kids are awesome, dude. They know how to do stuff we don't know as a
If you had kids, would you raise them Amish?
No, because then I'd have to be Amish. That's a thing, dude. That's
Well, your kids could be Amish. You don't have to
just
be.
send them to the Amish.
No, I mean like you have separate things. You're like, we're gonna go watch TV, but you guys can't.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. In your bedroom, we uphold Amish standards.
That's right.
In the rest of the house, to which you are not allowed to partake in, we live in today.
We live normal.
But this is for your good.
This is for your good. No Instagram. We'll be over there scrolling through.
I mean, dude, probably would turn out a lot better.
yeah.
I think the Amish like probably aren't bad people in general. You know what I'm saying? Like I imagine
Aren't bad people in general.
I feel like if you go to an Amish community, like I feel like there's not like like if I walk down the street of Philly, I feel like I'm gonna meet some assholes, But if I walk through like the middle of Lancaster, like into an Amish town, like I don't think I'm gonna see a bunch of assholes.
I feel like there's still jerks in everything.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just imagining this.
But also like culturally when you're raised in a society that's like that reverential of elders and of each other, you're not going to have as many vocal assholes, but you could have some real
Like
jerks.
behind the scene guys,
yeah,
like
those are worse.
you hear what Cheryl did, like that kind of thing.
Is Cheryl an Amish name?
Yeah,
What is an Amish name?
I think they're like Dutch.
Josiah.
Yeah, they're Dutch or something, right? Or German. It's German. What do they speak? I don't know. I should know that. I don't know.
Because you're going to raise your kids Amish.
I should know what language my kid's going to speak.
You do need to figure out what to name them to.
Jebediah probably is the go-to. That's my
Jebediah.
immediately thought of what every Amish person is named.
Jeb.
Jeb. That's not bad. I can name my kid Job because he's going to suffer hard as shit.
That's messed up. You ever go to an open mic and you see a father comic who brings their kid out and their kid they like have their kid doing open mic circuits from a young age?
I haven't, but that's how Shia LaBeouf's got started.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't turn out great.
No, not
Nothing against Shia LaBeouf. I actually think they're incredible.
love me some Shia.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like it was great for them.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't raise your kids in the open mic circuit. That could have. I guess I could have told you that without seeing the results.
Yeah, like we didn't need to know how that turned out. We could just assume.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Sort of like I would assume like if you start bringing your daughter to work at a strip club, like you could assume later on in life, probably not going to turn out well.
I don't think that those are the same. I think that's a false equivalency.
Yeah, but you don't think they're both true?
I mean, yeah. I think bringing your kid to work anywhere from a young age, unless it's a farm, is not ideal.
Unless it's a farm. Well, that's probably true. Farm's good.
You love the Amish.
Yeah. Like what if you my mom used to bring me to work at like her state farm office as a kid.
Well, parents got to do what they got to do, but I'm sure she didn't put you to work.
Yeah. No, she didn't put me to work.
You weren't like answering the lines and being like, "Hi,
No. Oh, yeah, no, she wouldn't put me to work.
hi, this is John. Would you like to make a claim?"
Yeah, well, I wasn't saying they would like bring them to work and putting them to work. Like,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought Shia
Like, strippers
LaBeouf.
aren't bringing their kids to work and making them strip.
I thought you were saying that Shia LaBeouf was getting up.
No.
Oh.
No, Shia LaBeouf was getting up.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, now I'm seeing where we're going wrong here.
Yeah.
The girl, making kids strip is probably the wrong thing to compare that to.
that is a tough comparison. When you put it,
I was just thinking bring your kid to the strip club, make
Like,
it sit in the back.
bring your kid to work day.
Yeah.
I think that's bring your kid to work is always okay.
Okay.
Unless you're like, I don't think the executioner should have their kids with them. That's not an ideal environment for a child.
I think that was typically a lineage job, though. So, like, I think
Really?
wasn't it? I believe.
Wouldn't
So.
it be nice to have it be your lineage? You get to be the executioner.
Yeah, that way better than Cooper.
Cooper.
A barrel maker.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
A Cooper is a barrel maker.
Yeah.
Is that what your family did?
No.
You're from a line of barrel makers.
No, I just knew that word for some reason.
I could see you making barrels though.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look fun. It doesn't look that
How is
fun.
it different than what you do? Don't you already work with your hands?
Yeah. I don't know. I build things with stones and bricks. Again, not that fun. But
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, barrel maker just seems like you're just bending wood all day in the same shape.
Sure.
Put it in the ring.
Yeah, but you got some
Now
good
you have a
tunes
barrel.
going.
Hmm?
And I bet you get cool product from it. You get beer or whiskey.
Yeah, but like you're just making the barrels. I don't think you're making the whiskey.
No. But I'm
Yeah.
talking barter system.
Oh,
You
you're like
give
if
them
I
10
give you a
barrels.
barrel, you
That's
give me.
right.
Yeah.
I give you 10 barrels, you give me $700 and two barrels of whiskey at the end of the year.
Yeah. I
That's
mean, you
dope.
could barter with anything though.
I think we should go back to the barter system.
Oh yeah.
I don't have anything to trade, but
Like I have no dollars now, so we should just go back to bartering because this dollar system's not working out for me.
are you saying you're poor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to bartering. Anyone who has $0 is probably completely on board with that.
I think it's still crazy that you chose being smart over money.
I'm just thinking about dumb, dude. I hate dumb people so much, dude. You know
How
what
do
I'm
you
saying?
know you're not dumb?
I'm like not dumb. Like what dumb are we talking? Like I immediately went like lower than Forrest Gump.
Is Forrest Gump dumb?
Yes.
Arguably, I feel like he's smarter than the rest of us.
No, he is for sure dumb. How is he smart in any way?
Because he has a vision and he sticks with it.
What's his vision?
Well, first he learns how to run.
Yeah, but he didn't like set out to learn how to run. But go on.
Then he was very good in the army. Got really good at ping pong.
Yeah, but didn't he just like accidentally land in the army and accidentally start playing ping pong, and then accidentally start
Yeah.
running across country forever?
That's
Like none of
correct.
those things were visioned out. That's just like
Are you defining intelligence by around having the vision prior?
no, but you just said he has vision, and I'm like, no, he didn't. Everything he
Oh,
did,
I
was
see
just
what
like,
I see what you're having issue with there. Yeah, okay, fair. So maybe it's not that he had a vision, but faced with any sort of challenge, he rose to it.
no, yeah, because he like met all these presidents, but it was like that's why it was so great because he was dumb. If it was just a smart guy doing it, you're like, why are we watching a movie of an accomplished person? But since he was
that's
mentally challenged, you're like, this is great that this mentally challenged guy is doing all these things.
What a wild read of Forrest Gump. I can't believe you spent 3 hours, isn't it a 3 hour movie, thinking, wow, this is a mentally handicapped person's success story.
What else is it? That's exactly what that movie is.
I never have thought about it that way. I just thought about him as a normal guy who had some more challenges.
No, isn't he like too dumb to go to school?
I don't know.
Or they're like, here's the word we can't say line, and you're below it. Like, here's the not smart line, and you're below it.
I guess. But I guess what maybe my point is like, how do you measure intelligence? Like, to me, it's like about success in society. And you'd argue that he was pretty successful.
Oh, he's definitely successful, yeah. But he's dumb. But like, I'm also thinking, dude, all right, right now, envision a dumb person. Like, imagine the dumbest person you know.
Sure.
Right? He's like, do you want to be like that?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, my intellect has done nothing for me.
Like the ignorance is bliss. I did meet a kid named Brian one time, and he was possibly one of the dumbest people I've met in my life. But he was so happy all the time. And like I used to watch him all the time. Like, how's this kid always happy and smiling? And he's just dumb as rocks. Like, he doesn't get what's going on.
That's the best.
But he's just flying through life, just like
The comprehension of existence is largely, I think, what makes life challenging.
that's fair. Second. I kind of like the ignorance is bliss take, to be honest. I kind of think about that sometimes. Like, should I be more ignorant? Would that be better to not know things? Are you an ignorance bliss guy, or would you rather know things?
Yeah, I think it's too late for me not to know things. You know? I have to know things now. Now I'm stuck. Now I have to know. But if I could choose, I don't know.
Yeah. No, ignorance is bliss sometimes. Sometimes.
Like imagine you having a happy marriage, but you don't know that your wife, part of the joy of your marriage is that your wife is fucking someone else.
Right.
And that's fine as long as you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, as long as you don't know. But you don't know. Once you don't know, then it's not bliss anymore, right?
Right. Once you know that there's something you didn't know,
Then it's not bliss.
then it's over.
So ignorance is only bliss when you don't know it's bliss. You know what I'm saying? You can never be consciously aware.
This is
of
some
ignorance
real
being bliss.
backwoods.
All right,
This
cool.
is some real backwoods wisdom.
I don't know how this started, but yeah. All right. Here we are. You don't know what you know.
You don't know nothing at all.
Home is where you make it.
Yeah, I think ignorance is bliss though.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, knowing stuff sucks.
You're right.
It's better just to keep knowing you don't know anything than to like know things and keep learning more things. The more you know, the less you want to know.
Yeah, who needs more knowledge?
Not me. Like, people keep being like, "Hey, here's this new thing you should learn about." Like, nope, not me. Not
No.
gonna learn that.
You've put a moratorium on learning.
Yeah, yeah. I capped it off around age 26. I was like, from here on out.
So how do you listen to Joe Rogan? Because isn't the whole thing you're learning about a new subject?
I just literally just put things on.
It's just noise that
Yeah,
enters.
and unless it came out before my 26th birthday, it just becomes white noise.
I see.
Yeah. My brain has learned. I've trained my brain to do that, like a Shaolin monk.
That's impressive. Good for
That would be
you.
cool though. Today I'm not going to learn anything. That'd be cool. Save some space. You know,
Yeah.
I got some stuff coming up this week. I'd like to not learn anything until Friday, and learn some stuff Saturday. Save some space. All right.
That would be cool if we could control our brains that well.
Mm. Do you think that we only use 10% of our brain? Do you think there's superhumans? Like, is Is that a possibility? Like control the brain?
That there's like more capabilities in our brain than we're allowing.
Yeah. I just saw a video the other day of Alex Jones saying there's humanoids, half humans, half animals, also, and I'd like that to be true as well. Like they're making people use 100% of their
Why is
brains.
Alex Jones talking about that?
I don't know, but I would like to think there's government officials making people use 100% of their brains or making people come half horse, half human. You know, I'd like to think that's existing.
I think one of my issues with like conspiracy theories is that the reality of the world is that it's largely dumb. Like there isn't a plan. Do you know what I mean? Like for example, like people who are like, "Oh, 9/11 was an inside job." And you're like, "I don't think anyone could have planned that because nothing ever is planned."
Do you think the moon landing is real or fake?
My first reaction to it, like my first guttural reaction is I don't care. My second one is it's probably real, and my third one is again I don't care.
Okay, so you think it's real. All right. So you're just not a conspiracy theorist guy at all, though?
No, I don't find it useful. Like because the real reality of existence is already a conspiracy. Like for example, like the base level understanding of the way that government works is a conspiracy. Like in the sense that we have lobbyists that pay tons of money are paid tons of money by certain organizations in order to influence elections and or policy making, and then they also have an ability to spend money on different government officials. You know, like you can't give them money, but there's circumventional ways that you can get around that. That's not conspiracy, that's happening.
Well, I like that because like you're like I like the ignorance is bliss stance, and then you're like, because like what if the conspiracy is true hypothetically? I'm just saying pick one, JFK one, for not.
What is that one?
Yeah.
What is the JFK one?
It wasn't a lone shooter or like.
Oh, it was like a
People think
plan.
CIA did it and stuff
Okay,
like that.
sure.
You know,
Go on.
whatever it is. But like, what if it was true? And then he's like, but your thing would be like ignorance is bliss because it doesn't matter.
Well, that
And
was
I
I
like
was
that.
more just being silly about that. But I think like if
But
you're
it does align though.
I think for me, like with conspiracies, is that what's the point of knowing? Because that's my real reaction is like, does it change anything if we know that? That's where I come in.
I guess if we learned like if 9/11 was an inside job, and then people would be like, I guess like from then on out, be a lot more sus about anything that happens in government or war.
Well, I think you already should be. That's
Well,
that's
but
how
I'm saying, like,
democracy
if that
functions.
came out, that would change the perspective of a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
that came out to be
I mean,
true.
But like I think what I mean is like you should already be the whole point of democracy is to be skeptical of the government. That's what your vote is. That's like supposedly the power of the vote. And that's like the separate branches of government. That's why you split up the power, etc. But I think when you think about conspiracies, like a good example of that, right, is that the part of why they say 9/11 is an inside job, at least a little bit that I've read, is like people will be like, well, that's why we invaded Iraq. So they got us on side to do that. And you go, sure, maybe, but the conspiracy that really happened is that you look at what they said that there was, what did they say? Do you remember that when they were like, there's WMDs there? Do you remember this?
Oh yeah.
And
And with the, yeah,
and
false
then
flags in Iraq, yeah.
and then we started bombing them, etc. It's just like you go, do we need the other conspiracy? There's already the real conspiracy, which is that we just started invading a country. That's crazy. Imagine if another country started just invading us.
Well, it's like I like to believe. I don't care about the 9/11 thing as far as like if it's true or not or coming out. Like I'm not a believer in one or the other.
Sure.
I would like the truth to come out. If the truth is as it is right now, then just leave it that way. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But
You just want the truth.
yeah, but it doesn't matter that much. But in my head, like if we were like, yeah, dude, they totally got like all this crap going on over there, you know, like why wouldn't they also just be like, yeah, dude, terrorists did that? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But there's a lot more to work out in the plan of 9/11 attack as far as just being like, hey, there's stuff over there. It's a lot easier to say there's stuff over there and plan 9/11 attack. But I get what you're saying.
Say that again.
Like they were like, oh, there's stuff like Saddam's got these bombs over there.
Sure.
That's a lie.
Right.
You know? But like it could also be like they're lying about 9/11 too.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe a better way to say it is that I'm skeptical of everything already.
Yeah.
And so learning that there's a conspiracy theory doesn't change my perception.
Yeah, I like when I was a conspiracy theory about the government, because then I'm on board. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm down. Let's look into that. Because I'm like, yeah,
Sure.
let's get them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess what I think my viewpoint, like, again, is like you just go, everything's a conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
We can't know anything. That's the fear.
Oh yeah, dude, everything's fake. Half the everything we get's twisted anyway. So who cares?
Yeah, I mean, I love the perception of like, I think a good one is,
We got more like a story time essentially. You know,
what's that?
like the conspiracies, like a story time. It doesn't take it more than that. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think it goes back to like what we were saying earlier, like about how there's no unifying, like with television, right? There was like these shows that we watch, and that was the unifying factor of like a culture, of American culture. And so I think it's important that a culture has a perception of things being cohesive. At least that's what makes a society.
Yeah. How do you get people to do that? You know, you got generally it's by
Great question.
force.
I'm glad I don't have to figure it out.
I'm not trying to figure that out. I'm just trying to make like a YouTube video and tell funny jokes and like.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know. It's cool. I do love me some conspiracy theories once in a while, just to dabble into, but they're not worth the time. It's whatever. You know, I'm not a big conspiracy theorist guy. I don't know why I've been on this topic so much, but
I'm in. I love talking about it with people, mostly because I think it's just everyone has an opinion. I love opinions.
Yeah.
Is what I'm after.
I like
often.
how if you ask people about them, some people are like split. Like some people would be like flat Earth is dumb. The moon landing was faked, but JFK was legit. They'll pick their conspiracy.
I think that is a good point. Like one of the challenges of conspiracy theories is that if you start believing them, you have to believe them all on some level. You have to buy into the fact that things could be manufactured.
Yeah.
And then you get really quickly to some that I find very vile.
Yeah.
Like that's the slip. Is like I'm okay with some, and then you go, oh, but in order to buy into these, you have to buy into them all.
I don't know, yeah, because like I feel like generally everyone has everyone's somewhere in the middle. It's like, yeah, maybe something where it's like fishy, you know.
Sure.
You know?
I think
But
that's
then
the right
but then
attitude.
yeah, there's like once you hit like, oh, those people, everything's conspiracy is like, oh, that's a little draining now.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
people, yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel like everyone kind of lives on the level of like, yeah, I'm a little, if maybe something happened there, like,
I think that's the right skeptical. You should be skeptical.
yeah. It'd be crazy to be like, yeah, dude, no, like it'd be crazy to hard sign on against all, like just never be like, yeah, no, the government's completely like fine with that, like. To
Yeah.
always be 100% against.
I mean,
that would be a little weird.
Well, because there are things that like the American government has done that you just like. I think the Iran Contra thing is like a classic example where we gave weapons to certain people in order to like tilt the war in one direction or another, and that's like a proven, like that's in history books, and so you go, that's a conspiracy theory that exists. So in order to, if you go, I'm not skeptical at all, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Those people would be weird to me. I don't trust those people.
But I'm
I don't know if
skeptical
I've
of
met those
everything. Like you go to the store and they say this is 100% USDA organic milk. I go, sure it is. You know?
Yeah, I believe you. Yeah, no, I'm the same way. When I see like, yeah, I don't believe anything that I see in stores. I don't even believe like the weight on bacon. I'll pick bacon up and be like, there's no way it's 12 ounces. Like, yeah,
That's your drug days coming back out. You're like pretty good at weighing things.
maybe, yeah, possibly.
That bag's not full.
Yeah, they cut that. They cut that for sure. Yeah. What time do you have to be at Fat Lady tonight?
I gotta leave in like 15 minutes.
Got to leave in 15.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right.
You got anything else you want to discuss?
Not in particular, no. What about you?
Nah.
No. I like talking to you, man. I found this very captivating. I was like, it's just
I can
smooth
talk
sailing, dude.
I can talk for hours.
Just smooth sailing, dude.
Whether it's funny or
captivating.
not is irregardless.
I
But
love
I
it,
can
dude.
I can fill space with words for as long as you want me to.
I love it, dude. Yeah, it was great. I absolutely love it, dude. It was
It
fun
was fun.
talking to you. I hope we do this again. First off, I hope we come back and do this every week. I'm going to do this 1,000 episodes of this, and I hope there's like max more episode 59 of him's return.
Cool. I'm
I'm
down.
Yeah,
It's
cool.
good. It's a good game.
Yeah, I hope so. Did you have fun?
Yeah.
I had fun with you.
Good.
Sick. And you're gonna go out. You're hosting Fat Lady tonight. That's very cool.
I think
Um,
Jim's hosting tonight,
Oh,
but I'll
okay.
be there.
Never mind.
I'll be there. I'll be running the music.
All right, you're music in tonight. That's like co-hosting, man.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
fun.
That's cool.
I like doing that.
That's what's up.
Yeah, where are you headed tonight?
I'm signed up at Orgalieb's.
Oh, for that costume part. It's a costume party? I didn't quite get what it was.
It's like they got a mic, and then they got a costume party, and then they got a hot dog contest.
Oh, right on. Kind of like what they did right before Halloween.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm
That's
gonna
fun.
stay around for the whole thing. Maybe it depends on how late it goes. Probably hit up Pistolas and 2 Street. You doing the whole run tonight, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. We'll see where I get to though.
Nice.
I've been trying to be like something that I've been working on is like trying to let the night take me versus me plan the night. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because like you, sometimes I also am trying to listen to my instinct when I go. I don't want to do that.
I like battle myself with that. It's when I go out, I like to live that way, but I was like living that way, like I was like, I don't know if I'll go out tonight or not, and just like not make the decision till like 6, and then each night I'm like I'm too tired, and I had to
You should
start being
always go out.
yeah.
Like I think you. I mean,
If
like
you can
or
live
at
that way
least
after you're out, but if you're doing living that way before to make the decision go out,
like you should
not good for
always
me.
just go. I'm gonna do one tonight.
Yeah,
For obviously like you don't go out every single night unless because you have a life. I think that's the challenge is like you have a girlfriend and a kid, right?
yeah.
And you got that's as important to take care of them too.
Yeah, I literally have a conversation with them. I was like, I'm gonna go out this day, and I'm gonna
Right.
spend Monday here with him, and then I'm gonna spend Tuesday with you, and spend Wednesday out, and Thursday with you and him, or something. Like I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like a balance. Very, very annoying. Adulting, I guess, is what it is. But I don't know.
But
It's not.
that's what it is. Like
Yeah.
you can only approach it like we're not 20.
Yeah.
If we were 20, we could have a different approach to it.
Exactly.
But I do think that like man, I love talking about comedy. But like I do think that one of the something that has been helpful to me is like on the night you go out, I say I'm gonna at least do like I always like on Tuesdays. I'm like of course I'm gonna be at Fat Lady, and then whatever happens after that is awesome. Doesn't matter.
hmm
Like I can do one more, I can do no more, I can do three more if I get lucky. If you know,
Mhm.
and finding that like that joy and looseness in it is like so much more fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that is a good way to go about it when you're out. Yeah. Don't do that pregame, but when you're out. Yeah, because I'm not like say Thursday, like Raven comes around, I was like maybe I'll swing by there, but then it's like I'm going home. I can't do this tonight. I do.
But
that
I
sometimes.
think like to me too, like every mic is good, right? Like every room is awesome.
Yeah.
I love every single room in Philly. I think it's a great scene. But you can only really do like for me, I can only do 1 or 2 late night rooms a week. So if I'm gonna do Raven, then my desire to do another late night is gonna diminish.
That's the thing is like I usually go out and do a late night Tuesday and a late night Thursday. So
Right.
I don't want to go out, and do Fergie's at 9:30 on Sunday.
Right.
Or I don't want
Yeah,
to do
and that's
9:30
fine.
Fergie's on Wednesday.
Finding your rhythm is like half the battle.
But that's the problem. Is like there's other ones you should go to. You just gotta split it up probably more, but you got
Yeah.
your rhythms and routines and
Just
stuff.
have fun.
Yeah.
What's the point if you're not?
That's the thing, yeah.
My whole point is to be a lazy POS, and so if I'm not being lazy about it, then I'm not doing it right.
Yeah. These people putting in this effort.
What is effort?
I don't it's life. Tired of life.
I like living.
Nah, yeah, well, it's a joke.
But I always like I know that like there's a lot of times like comics will make jokes about death or killing themselves, and I'm always like I can't not be like nah, come on, it's fun. I love existence is such a fun game. It'll end just soon enough.
Yeah.
We don't need to be in charge of that.
Yeah, what's up with that, Yeah.
Yeah, like it's gonna happen. We don't need to rush it.
Yeah. Tell that to Robin Williams.
Jeez.
We'll edit that out.
I don't know, man. You have some. It sounds like you have some stuff to work through about him. I found
No, I
his
love me
death
some
rather
Robin, dude.
rather sad, but whatever you think.
Found it very sad. Very
Yeah.
sad. You know, I'm more sad about Robin Williams than like. Never mind.
Yeah, I think this seems like you're putting your foot in hot water.
Yeah, let's just
You're
back
dipping the
that up
toe
real
in.
fast.
Something I think that you that
I
you
was about to
should
rate my sadness of like.
different suicides.
I
Yeah,
was very sad with Robin Williams dying. Chester Bennington, not so much. Loved him, not so much.
hey,
But I loved it.
what, did you see how they replaced him? He's the lead singer of
Oh
Linkin
my
Park, right?
god, the
With
chick.
and everyone's mad about it. I love it.
Isn't she like a Scientologist chick or something?
I don't know. I didn't look into it, minus the fact that people were angry.
No, I think like the thing is she was harassing Danny Masterson's victims outside the courthouse, you know, and she's a Scientologist and friends
That's
with
tough.
yeah, she's apparently like a diddler or something or weird. I don't. I'm like apparently. I just heard. I saw a video. On
Let's go
this.
back to you ranking suicides. That was, I think, fun for me to
I
watch.
love Lincoln Park, and I'm sure all that stuff. I'm sure she's great, and that video is completely false.
Who knows?
Yeah, yeah, ranking suicides. That's so funny. That's so bad. I
Let me
love,
rank them for you.
yeah, I love me some Lincoln Park. Love me Lincoln Park, dude.
Linkin Park is good. Like Linkin Park comes on, and I'm gonna listen.
Yeah, that first album they made, that was a great
Maybe I'll
album.
play a lot of Linkin Park tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be my vibe.
Hybrid Theory, amazing album. All the way
Really, all the
through.
way through.
All the way through. That is a top 10 album because it's a great album.
Which I think is interesting because people like kind of mocked it when it first came out, and now like it's like Korn. Like people mocked Korn when they first came out. Like obviously there are some people who are into them, but there was a backlash against them, and now it's cool again. It's like Limp Bizkit is cool again.
Yeah, the Limp Bizkit, because I was always knocking Limp Bizkit because I was like big in Korn, you know?
I
So
didn't
was
realize
like,
that's weird that you would make. They're the same.
but
It's both new metal.
well, like, you know, alright, so, like,
NUMETAL.
chicks had, so like, you know how like some girls are like, I'm Backstreet and some girls are NSYNC, you know? Well, the
Yeah.
dudes had like, I'm Korn and I'm Limp Bizkit, you know?
See, I never saw any difference between the two.
Well, there's probably zero difference between the two.
But that's I think encapsulates my personality. Is like I never understood people choosing sides and games that didn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't I don't know. I mean, when I was 12, rolling, I would blast that with my friends.
Yeah,
Rolling. I would all day long.
rolling.
It's a great tune. Yeah. But as I was
That's
like,
a song you should do at karaoke.
yeah, I've been working my Cher, and I've been working, because Cher got a deeper voice,
Oh,
and I got a higher pitch voice, so we blend closer together. I feel like I can work the Cher. Yeah. What else could I do? I've been oh man, me and my girl have been listening to These Eyes by the Guess Who on repeat nonstop for the past week.
I don't even know what that song. Why don't you
These
play that?
eyes
Why don't you play that song and that'll be it for us.
every night for you.
Play me out.
What?
Play me
That
out.
happens on me, yeah.
Not you singing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good song, dude.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's all right. They sing it in Superbad. When the little kid goes and ends up doing cocaine with all the bunnies.
Oh,
and
when
shit,
Michael Cera's
he
in the
starts
room
singing.
and they're like,
That's the song he's singing.
He has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
That's a great
These eyes
scene.
I've seen another love, but they're never gonna see another one like they have with you. Yeah, that song.
That's a great scene.
Yeah. Anyways, that's what I've been listening to on repeat.
Nice.
That's all. When I'm driving for an hour and a half to work, I only listen to the Guess Who, These Eyes on repeat.
Is that right?
Yeah, for an hour. And a half.
You're a weird person.
Yeah, that's all. When I pick a song, I just listen to that song for a week straight only. And
I understand that.
Yeah.
There is something very deeply cathartic about that. I do that too. For me, for a minute, that was Future Mask Off. All I listened to for 2 weeks straight.
That's so fucking fun. So funny.
Well, I haven't had one for a little bit. I've been on kind of like a Janis Joplin kick, but
Okay.
but I'll find mine.
Yeah, Janice is a cool little weird kick.
Dude,
Once in a while.
Janis is dope.
Love me some Janice. Little Bobby McGee.
Yeah, that is one of her songs.
That's one of her songs.
Good job.
Got that one. I can sing the shit out of Bobby McGee, dude.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know like one other song of hers, and I can't think of the name of it. What's another one?
She has a song about not being able to get laid, which I think is just a great take. You know what I mean? What woman has a song about not being able to get laid?
She was probably like just, like going into bars all like doped out, like looking like a mess, and she's like, I can't get laid.
Is that thunder?
What was it? I don't know. Anyways, I guess do we have to take you out now? What are you, 6:27?
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck with your show tonight, and I'm sure I'm gonna see you again tonight in a couple hours for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, thanks for doing this. I appreciate
Of course, man. What fun.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Sick, dude. I had fun too. All right.